So here we are doing a bit of video editing. Now, we do a lot of video editing at SUPboarder. We get through a huge amount of storage and we do a huge amount of reviews, technique videos, you know the sort of deal, YouTube on SUPboarder Pro. So as we're all sort of homebound, a lot of us, this is a great time to get into some video editing. And this video, I'm going to be going over really the basics of what you can do to help improve your video editing, whether you are looking at making a SUP film, a surfing film, or a film of your loved ones just around the house. Just give you a few ideas that can make things a little bit easier. Looking at music, looking at how you can integrate clips better to make them transition across from different clips throughout your timeline. Just really looking at the stuff that we would be looking at all of the time when we're going to put a video together. So this is a video that I'm going to produce that's just basically some highlights of SUPboarder over the last few years, and it's going to be on YouTube soon. This is very much the early stages of this video, so we're going to dive into this, show you the video from this film, a screencast of the film as well, and go over what I'm looking for and basically how we can make this video a little bit better. And hopefully by the end of it, you will learn a few tips that you can put into your own YouTube, social SUP videos, or even just your family fun videos. So first off, a good thing to think about is what sort of video do you want to produce? Do you want to produce a hard action video with loads of sort of fast clips? Do you want to have some quite sort of energetic music, or do you want to have a more mellow, chilled out video filming your 5-year-old on a paddleboard for the first time? What sort of film do you want to do? Obviously you can do films that combine both of those, and the way to do that, and the reason I'm saying think about your film and what sort of film you want to do first, is it's all about the music. Now music, I believe, is a really important part when it comes to making any film, obviously except if you're doing a talking video like this when you haven't got any music on it. So a lot of the films or the videos that we start with, the very first thing is finding a good bit of music. Now you might already have a certain music track that you want to use, or you might be having to find something online. Bear in mind, if you're looking for stuff online and you want to put stuff on social media and on YouTube, sometimes you're going to have copyright restrictions on that. But now the way YouTube basically are working is you can pretty much put any track on YouTube, but the company or the band or the musicians will take royalties from that track, so you won't basically make any money on adverts, which is probably completely fine. But for us, we try and obviously make revenue as much as we can to keep us all going so we can have a job. So we do have music off of certain royalty-free sites, and we subscribe to sites, so we get our music that way. So I've got us a good track here, or I believe it's a good track. It's got enough of what I would call peaks and troughs. It's got some more sort of intense moments, some higher, faster beats, rhythms, and it's got some more relaxed moments as well. Now this software I'm using here is called Final Cut Pro. Now this is quite a good software. I've used Mac software for I don't know, 12 years now, maybe quite a long time. And obviously you do not need to have a really high-tech setup to do this. You can do a lot of this video editing that we're going to be talking about on your phone, on GoPro apps, on basic PC, Mac software. They all allow you to do most of the stuff we're going to be speaking about today. But the good thing about Final Cut Pro is you get to see your waveform, which is basically down the bottom here. So we can see where the music is rising and falling, where it's becoming more compact, or basically the yellow line on the screen here is showing where there's a slightly faster beat. So the first thing to do is listen to your music, really understand how it's evolving and how it's moving. I would then pick up a beat and start to mark your music where that beat is. So for example, these are just clips that we've thrown together. I haven't put them in any order and they're not cut properly, but you can feel that the music's got a slower pick up here and it's starting to gather a bit of speed, and then it's going to kick in. So we've got a beat there now, it's coming in. So now keep your beat, keep your rhythm with your feet. This is how I do it. This is just a guide, but this is how I do it. So first off, you've got a rhythm there, you've got a beat. So what I like to do, if it's possible and you're on the sort of software you can do this, otherwise just do it sort of in your head or with the rhythm of the music, is I like to mark on my timeline when the beat is kicking in. So let's do this now. let's get into a rhythm. Press play. And put a mark line on here. There's a mark. Just putting the beat there. Now I can do that right through the whole video. Okay, now why is that a good idea to do? Let's zoom in on the screen a bit. So, as I said, this is good because I've got the software, you can see it, a snapshot. It just gives you a really good visual of what I'm trying to achieve. So, everywhere there's a point here, or a marker, these blue things, is where the beat, so bang, bang, bang. So if I'm going to start my clips and end my clips, I really want to end them on those beat markers. So when you transition from one clip to another, it'll be much easier to just watch that film through. You might not even realise that this is happening, and good video editing and good films it's just standard stuff, this, okay? But just making sure your beats always end on a clip transition from one to the other. So let's smarten this up a bit. Let's just basically get some clips sorted out. That one's in there. So now we're going to open this clip here. In fact, let's go back a bit. Let's do some beat marks here. There we go. Got some extra beats here. That's that one. Okay, so let's just bring this one back a little bit. Bring this one forward. Or in fact, take this one back to there. Actually, no, I won't. I'll bring this one back to there. So, and let's bring this one back to here. So now let's just watch this through. So they're just changing, clips changing with the beats. See that one? See, we could have done it there, but we left it one. Went to another one. Okay, so now you see that the music's changing at this point here, and it's got more of a rhythm. Well, it's not more rhythm, but basically it's got more audio coming at this point, and it's slightly more energetic beat. So this is where we put in the clips of the surfing. So you've got your background shots right now, you know, setting up, grabbing your kit. Maybe you can have a sunrise, or you can have various nice shots there. It's slowed down music, and then you've building up, and then you put your action clips in here. So always put your clips relevant to the sort of action you're having, to the right point of the beat. Don't put, if you can go against that and put a really hard action clip in a slow beat area. But if you do that, a really good tip is to slow-mo that clip down. Now, slow-moing clips down is a really, really good art of making a really rubbish clip that's quite small or maybe shaky fit a really nice part of your video. So let me see, this is put a loads of videos on this timeline. Let's see where we can do a slow-mo clip. Okay, here's quite a good one. This is one of me not making a barrel, but so clip it in, go into a barrel, and he gets nailed. So if you find the right place with the music, let's say here, picture of bow, getting some nice cutbacks. So if we wanted to, we could bring this, I'm going to show you this just for an idea of what you could do. So we could put a slow-mo in here. Now obviously I know loads of shortcuts when it comes to this sort of thing because I've been doing it years, but basically I'm making a slow-mo clip of... So the first part of our clip here in the green is normal standard speed, and then we break it down to slow-mo 59% here. So we can make, because the problem with this wave is I eat it here, I get nailed. So I've only got that much of the footage that's very any good. So let's get rid of the end bit. So now we've got, you could even be cheeky, you see, you could end that a bit before, and then you could tell people you claimed that barrel, but you didn't. Yeah, slow-mo is a really good thing to do to put in to break clips up, to slow things down. Let's give another example of a slow-mo where they are pretty good. GoPro stuff is a real prime example for good slow-mos. Because you could take a moderate clip, let's say like this. Let's see what this clip is like. So you don't want any of that because that's not really anything here, so let's start again from here. Now, GoPros always, when you're in the water, they always produce small clips because you are usually traveling towards the camera person and there isn't much of a filming window that you get close enough in. So for instance, let's get rid of the audio a minute. So this point here, so there's a nice little bottom turn here. It's nothing epic, but it's a nice little bottom turn. So if we put a here and then we'll put a slow-mo. Again, I'm not really telling you how to do stuff on the program. I'm just sort of showing you the sort of things you could do to make your shots a bit better. So I've got a little shot here of me doing a bit of a bottom turn and a bit of an up the top, sort of basically pumping for speed. If we slow that clip down, it suddenly makes 4 seconds of footage much easier to watch because the camera itself, the actual camera person, isn't shaking, even though this is quite a stable clip. But also it makes the viewer much easier to sort of see what's going on because it's quite a fast clip. There's a wave moving, there's somebody coming towards them, there's lots of movement with the board. So just by slowing it down, it gives the viewer much more time to process what's going on. So slow-mo clips, really big thing. Definitely put them in your video editing. What you want to do is make sure you don't go too slow with your slow-mo clips, because if you go too slow, then they end up stunting and they end up looking a bit juddery. So you just want to make sure you do it to the right level. Okay, now let's talk about colouring clips. Now this is another big thing because a lot of the clips that we get, especially in the UK, we're not always in beautiful blue lovely waters and sunshine. This day here is a shot, is obviously it's a bit grey and it's not that sunny. So let's go and let's give it a bit more exposure. Let's give it a little bit more light, make it a bit of a brighter day, maybe darken up the background, give the board a bit more depth. Okay, we're just playing around with the saturation as well. Let's get it up there a bit more, not too much, but a little bit more. And you could even put the colour, make it a little bit more bluer. And now the background there, you can see the blue is a little bit bluer, and it's a bit nicer to watch. So now moving back onto our timeline. So you've got your clips, you've got your beats, you know what sort of how to use your slow-mo stuff. Now you just want to place in your clips with your music. So making sure, as I said, your faster clips, your faster music has got your faster clips, and then bringing it down to your slower clips where the music is a bit more chilled, so it comes off of this point, which is quite quick. And then it goes into chilled movement here now. So now think about what you could put in there instead. Maybe have sunrises, sunsets, maybe have your kids mucking about on the boards. Maybe there's a clip there of me and Will walking down a cliff. So just, you see, and this is another thing we'll talk about now. So from this clip here, it's pretty good of us walking down a cliff. It's in good music, it's fairly chilled. Maybe it's an upbeat, you know something's coming because you're going surfing, it's quite exciting. But you see the clip itself is shaky. Will's running down the cliff, he's probably highly excited. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of the shaky bits at the front, at the beginning and the end of the clip. So be pretty ruthless with it. Really think about what you actually really need in that footage. So if we're going to use this as part of the video, it's quite nice when Will is actually catching up on me there. I turn around and look at him, say, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm filming you. I'm like, oh, right, really? Now let's play this through, and then Will has a smiley face and cuts off. So if you wanted to use that clip, let's get rid of the audio again. You want to try and limit the amount of shots of your camera moving really quickly. It puts people off, it makes you feel really sick, and it's really hard to watch. So that clip where Will's panning quickly to his face, if you wanted to use that, use it so he looks up towards his face, and then maybe cut that clip there, cut it off, freeze it, go to the next clip. And that way you won't gonna have it coming back and forth. So try not to have the camera moving around. Really big tip, keep steady shots and try not to just be all jerky and all over the place. It makes it really hard to watch, and you won't get as many people watching it on your YouTube hits, or your family members won't find it so easy to watch. So just give you some highlights. Try and understand what sort of video you want to produce first, what sort of action, what sort of feeling you want the video to have. Find the music, then really nail that, understand where the music is, think about the beats. When you put your clips in, try and always put your clips of your action or your footage of whatever it is to the music beats, to the change, to the rhythm of the music. Try and anticipate where the music's flowing and put the next clip that will sort of go in frame with that music. So if it's going to be a fast, if the music is building up, bring yourself in a fast clip there. Or if you are going to replace it with a slow-mo clip, make sure it's a very good quality slow-mo clip that looks really special and stunning. Slow-mo is really great for making use out of bad clips and short clips. GoPro really work well with slow-mo. Slow-mo it down, make it 10 seconds. Let the viewer take in what you're trying to show, the spray of the water, the movement of your paddle in the water, or even just the kids having fun on the paddleboard. Just slow-mo is a really great use of that. Bringing all your clips together, try not to use shaky clips, try and cut the shakes out. Colour, you can change a lot with colour. You can make things look a lot more fresher and a lot brighter just by mixing colour around. Any questions and comments, please let us know. Send us in your videos, and also look out for this video soon. It'll be done on SUPboarder on YouTube in the next week or so. Thank you very much for your support. As always, you guys stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on YouTube, SUPboarder Mag or SUPboarder Pro.